This topic says interpret Venn diagram cardinalities with three sets for a real-world situation. We're told that a pet store surveyed 603 people to see how many own a cat, how many own a bird, and how many own a dog. So the Venn diagram here shows the results, and each number gives the number of people who fall into that category. So how many people own exactly one of the three types of animals? So that means how many own a cat but don't own anything else. So the people who fall into only one category would be owning a cat here, owning a bird here, owning a dog here. Just to point out, if we look at this number, this 119, what does that tell us? Well, that tells us the number who own a bird and a cat, but don't own a dog. Notice the 119 is not inside the dog circle. So when we say how many people own exactly one animal, that means we're looking for how many people own one of the animals and they're not inside any other circle. So that's why we're looking only at the 32, the 48, and the 57. So for part A, we're looking at 32 plus 48 plus 57. Bust out your handy calculator. You'll see that is 137 people. So 137 is our answer for part A. 137. How many people own a bird? So just how many own a bird in general? To do that, I'm going to erase some of these other things here. So how many own a bird? We're looking at inside the bird circle. So how many just own a bird? Doesn't say and doesn't matter whether they also own something else. It's just how many people own a bird based on this survey. So we look at everything inside the bird circle. So for part B, we're looking at 119 plus 48 plus 101 plus 31. And so bust out your calculator there. That's 299 people. So 299 would be our answer there for part B. Part C, we're looking at how many own both a cat and a dog, but don't own a bird. So let's look at that one carefully. If it just said how many own both a cat and a dog, or a dog and a cat, and if this last part wasn't here, so pretend that wasn't there. If it just said both own a cat and a dog, we look at the cat circle and the dog circle, look at the overlapping portion, and so that would be this little football shape in here. And so there you'd be looking at 63 plus 101. But it says, but don't own a bird. So the cat and the dog, but don't own a bird. That means we take off. We don't want to be inside the bird circle. So this 101 doesn't count. So we're looking only at 63 people. So as you read these, questions, so for part C, there's nothing to add. It's just 63. As you read these questions, it is important to understand that if I say how many people own a bird, it's not just the first number you see next to the bird circle. You got to consider the entire bird circle, just as an example. So this one said own a bird. We had to add up all four numbers inside the bird circle. If you say how many people own a cat and a dog, but not a bird, and we've got to be outside the bird circle, so because they don't own a bird, and inside the cat and dog circle. So notice that 63 right there is inside the cat circle, inside the dog circle, but not inside the bird circle. And so that's how you use those diagrams to answer these questions.